Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, and it is a beautifully sunny day outside, but honestly, the drama on our screens right now is darker and messier than a thunderstorm. I've got my oversized coffee right here because we have an absolute mountain of chaos to unpack today. Let's just dive right into the madness because my head is still spinning from what we just watched. And I just have to start by asking who actually saw this coming, because I certainly didn't. We have been so focused on the corporate wars, the Logan fashion launch, and the messy love triangles that we completely forgot about the ultimate wildcard, Electra Forrester's father. Yes, you guys, her powerful, intimidating father has officially returned from the international branch, and his arrival just caused a massive earthquake at the Forrester mansion. So picture this. He just drops in, unannounced. He walks through the doors of the Forrester mansion, probably expecting a nice family dinner, and instead, it is like walking into an active war zone. The tension in that house is already thick enough to cut with a knife, but what he sees completely sets him off. He sees his daughter, Electra, having an absolute emotional meltdown over all this Spencer drama. And then he turns and sees Eric Forrester. Eric's face, the black eye, the patriarch of the Forrester family, looking battered and bruised in his own living room. You guys, the look on Electra's dad's face when he saw that Bruce was chilling. I mean, wouldn't you lose your mind? Your legendary father gets punched in the face by a Spencer kid. He immediately demands answers. He wants to know exactly what happened, and of course, he gets the highly edited, highly biased Forrester version of the story. And we all know who is leading that narrative: RJ Forrester. RJ is standing there, playing the innocent victim, acting like he didn't literally duck so that Eric would take the hit from Will. RJ spins this twisted, manipulative story where Will Spencer is just this unhinged, violent monster who goes around attacking elderly men in bars. So Electra's dad gets this completely skewed version of reality, and his protective father instincts just explode into pure, unadulterated rage. But this guy isn't just angry, he is powerful. He is a heavy hitter in the international fashion world, and he decides right then and there that he is going to handle this Spencer problem personally. He doesn't call the cops. He doesn't call a lawyer. He tracks Will down himself. And where else would he find him? The bikini bar? Because, of course, all the major life-altering confrontations in Los Angeles happen at the bikini bar. Will is sitting there, and honestly, the kid is a total wreck right now. He's probably drowning his sorrows in a drink, spiraling into a deep depression over losing Electra. He's already dealing with the guilt of the punch, the stress of the corporate secrets, and probably the messy aftermath of his night with Melissa Dillon. Will is at his absolute lowest point. And suddenly, the temperature in the bar just drops to freezing. Electra's dad walks in, and the aura of this man is just terrifying. He doesn't yell, he doesn't scream or make a huge public scene. And honestly, that makes it so much scarier. He walks right up to Will with this cold, dead-eyed stare that just pierces right through him. He leans in and warns Will that if he ever, and I mean ever, dares to come near Electra again, he will unleash hell. He threatens to use the entirety of his massive financial power and international influence to completely wipe the Spencer empire off the fashion map. Wipe them off the map, you guys. This isn't just a threat to Will. This is a threat to Bill Spencer. This is a threat to Katie Logan. He is threatening to financially ruin Spencer Publications and crush Logan Creations before it even gets off the ground. He is basically saying that Will's love for Electra is a disease, a virus that needs to be eradicated immediately, or else the entire Spencer legacy will burn to the ground. It is a nuclear threat. And Will is just sitting there, absorbing this massive blow. But you want to know what the absolute worst part of this entire scene was, the part that actually made my stomach turn. It wasn't the threat. It was who was standing right behind her dad, Electra. Electra Forrester followed her father to the bar, and she is just standing there, silent, completely and utterly silent. She doesn't say a word to defend Will. She doesn't step in and say, "Dad, stop. It was an accident." She doesn't mention that RJ instigated the fight. She doesn't mention that RJ ducked. She just stands there like a statue, letting her father verbally destroy the man she supposedly loves. Will looks at her, and you can see the desperation in his eyes. He is begging her with his eyes to say something, anything, but she just looks away. For Will, that silence is a knife straight to the chest. Her silence is a tacit agreement. By not speaking up, she is co-signing her father's brutal threats. She is giving her silent consent to the destruction of his family. I honestly lost so much respect for Electra in this moment. I really did. I know she is mad about the punch and the secrets, but to stand by and let your dad threaten to destroy his family's livelihood, that is cold. That is so incredibly cold. But wait, because it somehow gets even worse. Because Electra's dad isn't just satisfied with threatening Will. Threatening him isn't enough to fix the damage to the Forrester name. He wants to completely crush Will's spirit, eradicate any hope Will has left, and restore the family honor after the assault on Eric. And how do you instantly restore family honor in a soap opera? You force a wedding. Yes, you guys heard me right. Right there. In the aftermath of this brutal confrontation, her father makes a decree. He decides that the only way to put a definitive end to this Spencer nonsense is to lock Electra down with a real Forrester. He forces Electra to get engaged to RJ Forrester immediately. He declares that a massive, grand Forrester wedding will be the final nail in the coffin for Will Spencer, a permanent barrier to keep him away. What were the writers thinking with this? Arranged engagements in 2026. But honestly, as crazy as it sounds, it fits the Forrester superiority complex perfectly. They view themselves as royalty, and they view Will as a peasant who dared to strike the king. So the father uses his authority to command this engagement, and RJ. Oh my God, RJ. I need to take a deep breath before I talk about RJ. RJ is standing there, and he is practically vibrating with smugness. He has this triumphant, victorious look on his face that just makes you want to throw your remote at the television. He won. He played the long, manipulative game, and he actually won. He orchestrated that entire bar fight. He intentionally ducked the punch so Eric would get hit. He played the supportive shoulder for Electra to cry on, and now he gets the girl and the ultimate blessing from her powerful father. I hate RJ right now. I really do. Maybe I'm being too harsh on him because he's young, but no, I'm not. He is a master manipulator. He used his own grandfather's physical injury to trap a girl into a relationship. That is peak villain behavior. He is standing there looking so triumphant while Will is literally bleeding out emotionally in front of them. It is sickening to watch. So what does Electra do? She is trapped. She is completely pressured by this terrifying, strict father of hers. She is drowning in guilt over Eric's black eye, feeling like she owes her family this massive debt of loyalty. She feels the weight of the Forrester legacy crushing down on her shoulders. She knows she is being used as a pawn to restore their honor. And she accepts the ring. RJ pulls out a ring. Who knows where he even got it so fast? Probably had it in his pocket for weeks, and he slips it onto her finger. Electra accepts the engagement ring. She doesn't look overjoyed. She doesn't look like a happy bride-to-be. She looks like someone walking to the gallows. Because we all know, deep down, she still loves Will. Her heart is still completely tied to Will, but her sense of duty and her fear of her father force her to accept RJ's proposal. And Will, poor, broken, devastated Will, he is watching this entire tragic spectacle unfold from afar. He is standing there, helpless, just watching the absolute love of his life get engaged to his worst enemy. The guy who set him up, the guy who ruined his life. Will is forced to watch RJ put a ring on Electra's finger, knowing there is absolutely nothing he can do to stop it. Will realizes in that exact moment that all his sincerity, all his apologies, all his deep, genuine love for Electra, it means absolutely nothing against the sheer power, wealth, and influence of the Forrester dynasty. He is beaten. He is completely and utterly defeated. The realization washes over him that he can't fight a billionaire father who is willing to destroy his entire family. He has to let her go. It is just so incredibly tragic. It is pure soap opera gold, but it hurts to watch. Will's love is being treated like a virus, a disease that the Forresters just surgically removed from Electra's life, and Will is left with nothing. No girlfriend, no job at Forrester, and the looming threat of his family's financial ruin hanging over his head. So what happens next? What is Will going to do now that he is completely broken? Does he go running back to Melissa Dillon? Because you know Dillon is just waiting in the wings, ready to sink her claws into him now that Electra is officially off the market. Dillon is probably going to use this engagement to completely isolate Will and make him dependent on her. And honestly, Will is so vulnerable right now, he might just let her. And what about Bill Spencer? Do we really think Dollar Bill is going to sit back and let some Forrester from the international branch threaten his empire? Absolutely not. When Bill finds out that Electra's dad threatened to wipe Spencer Publications off the map, Bill is going to go ballistic. If the Forresters want a war, Bill Spencer is going to give them a nuclear war. He is going to burn Forrester Creations to the ground to protect his son. I am just so exhausted by the Forresters constantly acting like they are above the law and above basic human decency. They are so toxic, wrapping their manipulation in this package of family honor. But I can't stop watching. The writing for this episode was clunky in places, sure, and the pacing was a bit rushed with the sudden engagement, but the emotional payoff, incredible. I don't know who actually believes this engagement between Electra and RJ is going to end well. A marriage built on manipulation, guilt, and a father's threats. Yeah, that has disaster written all over it. Electra is going to be miserable, RJ is going to be paranoid, and Will is going to be out for revenge. Or maybe Will just gives up entirely. I don't even know anymore. Anyway, that is my massive rant for the day. I am emotionally drained from watching Will get his heart ripped out and stomped on by the entire Forrester family. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you Team RJ or Team Will? Do you think Electra is a hypocrite for staying silent? Drop your thoughts below, and I will see you guys in the next update. I need to go lie down and process all of this.